Alright guys, Heretic U here, wishing you happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, and Happy Festivus for the rest of us. This is my first ever attempt at a year-end show, so this will be my 2014 year in review slash top 10 tabletop games, in my opinion. Um, Let me explain the top 10. It's games that I've played, and there's a couple of statements I need to make before I do the top 10. Whatever. I just thought I would throw it all, mash it all together in one giant video, and just kind of take a look at 2014 as I saw it. And also we are going to throw out some awards. Yeah, why not? Because we're just gonna do everything. First up, a bit of sad news this year. In 2014, we lost Trojan Dan, um, and he was one of my favorite guys to watch on YouTube. If you don't know who he was, Trojan Dan was not only a talented painter, um, and an amazing hobbyist. He was a really great guy, and I loved his commentary, and I loved his sense of humor. And I'm just going to speak for the entire community. I don't know if anyone who is part of your family is watching this, but just in case they are, I just want to say that the entire wargaming community will miss you, Dan, and we appreciate everything that you have done for us. So you will be missed. Okay, so on to our first award. This is going to be a kind of bad award to hand out, but I'm going to call this award the biggest bonehead move ever. Yeah, I'll go ahead and say ever. I'm going to call this is going to miniwargaming.com, and this is about Primergate. And if you don't know what Primergate is, because I just made up the word Primergate, basically there was a channel, a guy out there. His channel is Movie Mayhem, and he paid a lot of money to get his Chaos Dwarf army painted. It was actually a bunch of Forge World pieces, some out of print pieces. I mean, he really loved this army. He was going to showcase it and everything. So he goes ahead and he hires Blue Table Painting to go ahead and paint this army, and they worked out this whole deal, and he paid a shit ton of money. And then what he got back was something he wasn't happy with. Sent it, wrote emails back and forth. I think he sent the army back a couple times for corrections. To make a long story short, basically he never got what he paid for. And so he made a video about it, a critique. And that to me, that wasn't the big deal. Okay, so the critique came out there, kind of went viral. And, actually, it was a pretty, looking back, it was a pretty fair and objective critique about his own work. I mean, he gave compliments where he thought they did a good job. And, he pointed out stuff like lots of primer showing. That's why I call it Primergate. And why mini wargaming? What do they have to do with Primergate? Basically, what happened after that was really the most interesting part about this story. Instead of Blue Table, instead of just fixing the stuff, basically Mini Wargaming decided to circle the wagons. They're kind of buddies. The Wargaming elite and all that, and they started putting out a couple of videos about just saying how great Blue Table was, and they started soliciting. Um, they wanted positive reviews, only positive reviews of Blue Table painting, and word got out about that, and it really tarnished their reputation. And the reason why they get the first bonehead move of the year, in my opinion, they really had nothing to gain by doing that move. It was kind of the worst move ever. But, looking back at mini wargaming, some of the crap they've done, I think some of the community is just, maybe I'm just, I'll just speak for myself. Some of the crap they've done over the years, like, that shitty game they produced, the 17 or 20,000, they got the community to pay for their studios, crap like that. The whole vault thing, paying for their content. All this was sort of building up, and not to mention, these were the same a-holes that recommended Finecast. I mean, these are supposed to be the leaders of our community, and Matt's supposed to be the smartest guy, I guess, in our community. So by the time Primergate hit, I'd already unsubbed from them, and I wish I could show footage of the videos that they put out, but they ended up taking them down because there was just too much of a backlash. So, anyways, congrats, Mini Wargaming, for the first ever Bonehead award ever. Okay, so I feel like I have to be a little bit honest before I get into the top 10 tabletop games, at least my picks. Yes, I am a volunteer for Ninja Division, so you're going to see Ninja Division games on this list. Now, however, I was fans of these games before I actually signed up for Ninja Division. The only exception would be one of the games. I'll get into that. I don't want to reveal it now, but yeah. So just to be, I just want to be 100% forthcoming. I'm not. Besides, I'm not a game critic. I don't want to be seen as one. I think it'd be far too expensive to do critiques of tabletop games because I'd have to buy the games, assemble the models, and put them together, paint them, and actually play a number of times before I can give a full-on critique. And so that's just not, it's a lot easier to do with video games than tabletop games. However, screw it. Let's just move on to my pick for number 10. So that's going to be Warmahordes. That's right. This one's a kind of surprise to me. I didn't think I would like the game as much as I actually do. I haven't played it recently. I did play it this year, so that's part of the reason it's on my list for top 10. The top 10 games have to be of 2014 for this list. They don't have to have come out in 2014. It's just games that I've played in 2014 that I enjoy. And War Machine, the reason why I think it's such a surprise, at least for me, is that I'm really a skirmish game guy, and this is I believe it's the only one on my list that can be considered a full-fledged tabletop war game, with a full army. Excuse me. But what's really awesome about War Machine, which really the parts that I really like are how it sort of evolved from a skirmish game into a full-fledged war game, and a lot of the skirmish mechanics still fit nicely into War Machine. The whole thing about allocating focus or managing your fury. I like the idea of being able to if you do damage to a warjack, it could lose an arm, or it might not be able to hit as hard. Little nuances like that uh, really surprised me about this game, because I mean, when you think of a skirmish game versus a full-fledged, war game, a lot of the mechanics have to be more simplified, uh, just to consider time. And so it's really hard to strike the balance of, having an interesting game at that scale without dumbing it down too much. You know what I mean? And I think War Machine achieves a nice balance of that. And hopefully I'll get to play it a little bit more. I have some pieces for my circle jerk army, as I like to call them. I still need to work on. I've just got a lot of projects going on right now, and yeah. So if you're watching the channel for War Machine stuff, hopefully we'll get you some content soon, guys. Okay, so on to my next award. This one was a tough one. This is for Best Battle Report of 2014, and let me tell you, this was 2014. Like, for battle reports, was amazing. Just to give a couple of whatever, shout outs. There we go. Um, we had guys like Advanced Maneuvers came on the scene and started pumping out War Machine bat reps, and I really dig those dual commentary, because I think that, man, that is so hard to you know coordinate. I mean, it's hard enough to film a battle report, but getting the players to talk about their side, each turn, it's really amazing work that they're doing. Lee Bleeped Up at the Bleeped Up Productions, his stuff is very polished and clean and everything, and man, I wish I could say more about both of those channels. I should put links down below in case you aren't sub to them, because I think they do an amazing job. But I had to choose one battle report that stuck out, and there was one by a guy named Tristan, and I'll link his channel down below as well. And let's just take a look at his battle report.
And that's enough to just slice my unfortunate bandit in half. So we go to the second combat of turn 3, and as you can see, it's Senpai versus the bandit and Gashira. Both of leaders are standing back and evaluating the moment before they probably charge in. So at first we roll for the initiative, and I even boost one of my initiative rolls, but still it's useless against his 6. Mr. B Senpai starts and takes a hit against my Gashira. He takes a boosted attack, and I also boost my defense roll. Fortunately, this just stunned my Gashira, and I still have a chance of cutting him.
Now, I don't even play Ronin, but after watching that video, I got a good sense of how the game plays, the mechanics work. But here's what I really liked about this. This is what really stuck out to me about this battle report and why I chose it. It combines. It does something that I think is very hard to do in a battle report, and that is to provide a narrative. If you see the way it was shot, it's like this night raid. You can hear the wind going through the trees. The animation of the sword strikes was well done, and I wish I could give out awards to everyone, because I love the fact that the community is doing more battle reports, and I say keep them coming. But this one just combined sort of everything. It had, the visual effects. It had a good explanation of the rules, and it also had sort of this nice cinematic effect to it, which really stood out amongst the rest. So congratulations to Tristan. you win an award, which is not a physical award, but for Best Battle Report of 2014, man. Congrats. And now on to my number 9 best tabletop game, ninth best tabletop game. And that's going to The Batman. I would have ranked this game higher if I had played it more in 2014. And I'm definitely going to play it more in 2015. Um, I was really impressed by this game. It's sort of it it captures everything that I'm not even a Batman fan, but I play I've played Arkham Asylum and let's see, Arkham City, and I mean to play Arkham Origins. And this game not only did the sculptors capture that look of the Arkham games, along with the looks of the comics, the game itself is very well done. And it if I could sum it up, it's kind of like Necromunda with Batman figures. And I was, like I said, if I played this more, this would have been higher, definitely higher up on the list. But I think it's only fair, since I've only played one game of it, um, to put it in this spot. And we'll see next year. Anyway, so number 9, Batman the Miniatures game. Go check it out. Next up, I just wanted to thank everyone who participated in this year's Name That Anime theme song game. Now there wasn't a clear winner. I think there was a three-way tie. I'm not sure. I'm trying to go through all the comments, and um, the top, the leader, the guys on the leaderboard, I think, are, and I can't pronounce this guy's name correctly, Tura Janut and Tin Man Excel actually has gotten a number of them correct. Those guys were at 2 points each. If I'm wrong, if anyone was bothering to actually take scores down, and you should be mentioned, put a comment down there. But this is basically for everyone who participated. You guys are amazing, but no one got the last one that I put out there, and that was Kill la Kill. Yeah, Kill la Kill. So, anyways, we're gonna keep playing. So, this one's probably gonna be the last one of 2014. Let's see if you guys can name it. Okay, that's all you're gonna get. Sorry about the sound quality of that, but it's hard mode. So, first person to post the anime in the comments will score a bonus point. So, yep, we're gonna keep on doing that. Okay, so moving on to my number 8 pick for tabletop game will be The Adventurer. So this is a full-fledged board game. So I'm not sure if it's the only, no, it's not the only one I put on this list. This one, however, really impressed me. Even the style of the miniatures, the style of the art was very unique. Basically, it's your Indiana Jones type of game, but it's competitive, so you can play. I think 6 players, if I'm not mistaken, run around the tombs and try to collect treasure. In my opinion, this game is a lot better than Fortune and Glory. You might disagree with me, but I just I don't know. I like all the little things, like the fact that they actually have walls that you have to move and can smash your little adventurers if they stay too long. Um, I like the puzzle solving thing. I'm not too sure about replayability. I've only played a couple times, but so far it's it's um it's a really interesting game, and it's one that I do highly recommend, obviously, because it's on my list. So next up, winner of best rant or comedy video of 2014. That's going to Duff 40k Orcs for his video on 10 ways to be a successful YouTube war game channel. Blah blah blah. Now, quick story about this. This is a great video. I'm going to put a link in the description. However, this wasn't actually my first pick. My first pick was by a guy named Solvent Abuse UK, and his video, I believe it was called, I don't want to join your club, or I don't want any free stuff. However, I think he took it down because I tried to look for it, and it was no longer there, and so therefore, I had to disqualify it, and it was really weird because I thought, for sure I'd be nominating Canvas 01 because he is the rant master. Um, However, this one was both satirical and light, and got its point across. So this will do for 2014. So congrats to you. It was a great video. Um, and I wish Solvent Abuse had kept his video up, because it really did speak to a subject that I always wanted to talk about, which was, YouTubers kind of using their e-fame to get free crap, and how that needs to stop. But anyways, let's move on. Okay, so number 7 on my list is going to be Arena Rex. Yeah. So this year was obviously a big year for a lot of Kickstarter games. Robotech shipped, Relic Knight shipped, a bunch of other stuff started to finally hit our doorsteps, and among them was Arena Rex. Now, this is really, I don't know how to explain this, but this would be a great game for collectors, painters, um, people that really can appreciate fine sculpts. These are one of the best, most realistic sculpted stuff I've seen in a while, minus some of their more exotic kind of colossal miniatures. But besides that, the game is pretty compact. I mean, you play it on a little 2x2 arena, a low model count, and really interesting rules with how they have the fatigue system, and how you can go down these sort of damage trees with every success that you have. So it's a really fun game. I highly recommend it, and this would be one of those games that you would play with, maybe maybe not your main system, but definitely something that you could play as sort of a small side game. Like I said, although the miniatures are pretty high in cost, you only need 2 or 3 to actually play a game, and it's a very intricate system, and yeah, overall, great game. Okay, so my heretical award for best showcase is going to go to RN Studios. I really love this channel. It's like 2 minutes of awesome painted Blood Bowl stuff, and that's all you get. No rambling like you get here. No other BS. It's just here's really cool painted model. And here you go. Um, if you don't know who they are, check them out. They do amazing paint jobs. And yeah, I don't know what else to say, but this is one of those channels. Whenever they do a short showcase, I'm like one of the first to click on it because I really do appreciate their work. So, congratulations to RN Studios. So, my number 6 pick for tabletop games is In Her Majesty's Name. Yes, this is one of those games where um, the fun is creating. This is a true sandbox miniatures game, and it's one I haven't experienced elsewhere. Basically, the what makes IHMN stand out over other tabletop games is the fact that you create all of your stuff, or you can create. They have pre-generated, you know, companies in their rule books that you could, free to use. But if you ever wanted to make, say like a Doctor Who company, or a Johnny Quest company, anything goes in this game, and that's why it's so amazing. Now, on the downside, um, it's tough to get other players into it, but that's why you haven't seen me play a lot of it. But whenever I do get a chance to play, I really relish in it, and there's just something fun about trying to create, a theme, and being, handed the tools to um, make your, characters as accurate as possible, or as themed, close to the theme as possible. So, yeah, that's number 6. So that's basically it for my year in review. Um, yeah, I realize that there's still 5 more games to cover. That I'm going to do in a separate video, because we're already close to 30 minutes. I don't know any of you that can sit through 30 minutes of videos listening to me talk. I don't know how you guys do it, but I do appreciate those who do. Um, Congratulations to all the winners of Heretical Awards. I don't know if I'm going to do that in the next video, kind of mix and match. I think that was a little too ambitious uh, for me. But, anyways, looking forward to 2015, more battle reports, more Relic Knights. I do have a Relic Knights battle report that's in the hopper right now. First time ever using No. So that'll probably be next, and then the top 5 after that. Yeah, anyways, uh, I just wanted to say, just a quick thank you for you guys out there. You guys really keep me going with your comments, and yeah, it's really cool. Um, looking back at this year, I played a bunch of different games, and it was really nice to share it with you guys. So I really appreciate all that you do, and I hope you guys have an awesome 2015. Um, and here's to more sharing, more hobbies. Hey, if we want to do these awards every year, you guys can always, PM me nominations, or categories. Let's do categories. I'd love to hear or see more channels from you guys out there. Okay, so I will see you on the next.